in football on Channel 6, so we didn't really want to interrupt that at the same time because there isn't a whole lot going on. But if you're underneath one of these thunderstorms, it is a bit on the scary side. In fact, one of our Facebook friends said on a thunderstorm that wasn't even warned down in southeastern Oklahoma, there was an isolated storm at about 4:30. Just looked like a thunder shower, didn't look like anything. Said it did as much damage to their farm as they've seen in their whole lifetime. And so again, it's amazing because they're very small and it just collapses. So you have this big buildup of the thunderstorm because it's hot and humid and all that gets pushed up into the atmosphere. And then if it gets cut off and there's no updraft holding it up there, it just sinks in the same spot. So we call those downbursts. And then that's where you get into these isolated areas that are pretty interesting as far as what's going on. So here's a look at what's happening. This is basically right now. The thunderstorms, we've got a mess of stuff going on in northwest Arkansas. Showers and thunderstorms over there. We've had isolated severe storms just on the east side of Tulsa. And then you have this rain band coming in northwestern Osage County. So, I mean, it looks kind of spring-like, but a little closer inspection on what's going on, especially around the Tulsa area. And then we'll look at the Claremore storm, which basically was severe, and now it has weakened down to nothing per se. But it did have some strong winds associated with that. And this is an outflow boundary, that cooler air. You might have noticed if you had a chance to step outside, it's a little bit different environment than it was at about 3 o'clock this afternoon when you couldn't even breathe. So these thunderstorms are basically getting enhanced a little bit as this outflow boundary moves through. Then they're getting left behind. Then they start to die down. But the storm that was up just on the south side of Claremore around Tiowa area sat there for a while. Heavy rain. They issued a severe thunderstorm warning, some gusty winds, and then that moved on out. In the Bixby area, we've had rain, thunderstorms, and now it's moving into northern Okmulgee County and also in southeastern Tulsa County down around Leonard. Let's come in closer on city streets and take a look at what's going on right now in this zone, because what we do see at this particular time is some of the heaviest rains now have moved from Hectorville, and then that extends back on over into areas just south of Leonard, around Leonard Mountain as well. So it's good rain. Nobody's complaining about that, but some strong winds. John Durkee someplace in this mix and has been. John, if you're with me, and studio, I'm going to ask you to take his shot if he has it, and tell us a little bit, John, about what's going on where you are, if you would.
I'm in the Liberty Mounds area, which is just south of the. Yes, hello.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just can't see the video right now.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be up.
Okay, on which? On which one? Oh, you dropped out for a second, so you dropped out. You can get it going again here in just a minute. But go ahead, John. Tell us what you got.
Yeah, I'm south of Bixby in the Liberty Mounds area, and when this started, Travis, my truck thermometer said it was 93 degrees. It now says it's 73, and it was raining hot water. I mean, it was almost steamy if it hit your skin. It's cooled off considerably. Looks like the main body of this storm is still off just a little bit to the southwest of this area. I'm on Sheridan at like 191st Street South. Not too far, kind of in a no man's land between Bixby and Glenpool and south of the town of Mounds. So it's right now I'm in light rain, heavier rain off to my west, but it's oddly kind of drifting this way. So we'll keep an eye on it. Back to you.
Hey, thanks, John. And then also, are you getting, did you see enough rain to cause any flooding? I know you said you had 50-mile-an-hour winds, but anything where it's rained so much that you had brief flooding or anything to go with that, and how much lightning and all that jazz?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of lightning still yet with it. As far as the heavy rain and wind, I did see a power flash with a power line just whipped together on 131st Street between Mingo and Memorial. So there may be some power outages in that area. It was just looked like a transformer just kind of popped. Also, the rain was very, very heavy, almost very difficult to see where you were going, but it was manageable. No real flooding other than just kind of curbside stuff right now. Here in Liberty Mounds, I've noticed the drain ditches bar ditches are kind of full, so they've had maybe a little bit more here. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate it. We'll get back with you here in a little bit. John's GPS shows around Bixby. That's probably also another reason why his video is still off. And he was supposed to be on REM 45. He was there a little bit ago, control room, and then we lost him there. But anyway, this is still a pretty heavy thunderstorm. We have a heavy thunderstorm advisory in southern and southeastern Tulsa County and northern and northeastern portion of Okmulgee County. Our storm that was severe, that was up at Claremore again, that one has really weakened, has fallen apart. So that's not very impressive anymore. It did have gusty winds. This is the outflow boundary. So again, if you're at Porter, you're just getting the outflow winds associated with that. And then Wagner at this time, Porter and Wagner. And a good thing Aaron Reeves is not doing the weather right now, because he would make some country music joke. But we're talking about that continuing to flow off to the south and to the east. And as far as there's still a few more thunderstorms in southeastern Oklahoma, we're still keeping an eye on what's going on. And down in the south, these are going to pop up. This is a similar scenario still playing out, because it's still hot and humid in these areas. So if you are kind of wondering about the weather and what's going on, these cells have been up around McAllister. We haven't had reports of strong damaging winds. But the problem with these types of storms, nobody's going to know. And I hate to say it that way, but technology just doesn't give us still that ability to know when this thunderstorm's up in the air and then it's just going to collapse, because that's a very local condition that's happening in isolated areas. But we have to make an assumption that any of these thunderstorms could, because the atmosphere is conducive to that type of thunderstorm activity. So that gives us a pretty good idea that we have to warn on, not necessarily warn, but just tell you that it's like if one of these thunderstorms just flops real quick, and then all of a sudden there's going to be these winds that are going to be really, really strong and cause problems. So that's what we've seen a few reports coming in. Could be a little bit of strong winds right now north of Wilburton with this particular area, but that's about it. We've had some very heavy downpours of rain also located in southeastern Oklahoma, because these storms are moving 10 miles an hour. I mean, we started this afternoon. Stacia had that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were talking about how light or how slow the movement was with these thunderstorms. But the amounts of rainfall in a few of these areas and the intensity of the rainfall, that's allowing for an inch or two of rain to fall very, very quickly in some isolated areas. Like, for example, just east of McAllister, south of Crowder. I mean, this would be right around 2 inches of rain. And a lot of these things have happened in 3. So these are areas that have picked up a lot of water in small areas. And a lot of people need some rain down here, because it didn't really rain a ton for some. So there's some pockets that are bone dry, and especially up into southern Muskogee County. And so that'd be nice if we had some of those rains. Around McAllister, it's kind of like Tulsa. We've had some showers and thunderstorms, but that gives you an idea of what's going on. So we just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of what's happening at this time. The rain and thunderstorms to the south and east, still aware of these cells. Back in the Tulsa area, temperatures have changed a lot as far as what's going on. So there is some good news as far as cooling temperatures. And in fact, I think, Stacia, you're doing it. Thanks, or Aaron, whoever's over there, right this second. Notice what's going on here. So we're still in this zone of 90, or low 90s, and we still, I'm sure, have heat index values that are pretty high right in here. But you get just back northwest of Tulsa, and then where John was located, he said it was 73 underneath that thunderstorm. And that's where we have, like at Ponca City, 73 right now with that. So temperatures in the 80s in the metro. Look at this, low 80s on the northwest side, and around Jinx to Glenpool, it's been around 90, 91, but right at the thunderstorm, 77 in Bixby. Is that not awesome? And then off to the east, Coweta, not so awesome. And so that's a bit of a problem. And so we still have a lot of heat, humidity built up in a few of these areas. This is a live shot right now from our traffic camera that's looking south on 169 down into the Jinx, Bixby area where that rain and thunderstorm is located at this time. And so you see what's going on there. It's just rain, thunder, lightning, and just brief heavy downpours of rain. This is a live shot from downtown Tulsa looking to the east. And this was a severe thunderstorm, and that's just basically just dissipated. And that's what these storms do. And then they just, a lot of times when they collapse, that's a bit of an issue for that. As far as also looking around the Jinx area, we've had, with rain and thunderstorm activity, just not much going on in Jinx. Can you guys show a heat index, maybe either metro or maybe in the DMA area or in the northeast Oklahoma area? And wasp, we love wasp, red wasp. Stinging red wasp. It's getting too close to me. Anyway, so we're looking for the potential for showers to really just die out as we go through the rest of the night. Here's some heat index value numbers at this moment. So it still feels like 102 around Coweta. And so 90, and then you get into the 70s to 80s. So that's just the way it looks at this particular moment. A lot more of that heat and humidity and sticky feeling. Even though we're in the 90s, low 90s, there's so much humidity in the atmosphere right now. It is amazing. And so you have to be around like a thunderstorm to knock temperature down. That's like at Stigler as well. So that's what we wanted to share with you. And then also one more time, we'll look at radar, and then we'll leave you alone for a little while. And hopefully you're watching First in Football if you're not watching us for a moment, because it's almost football season, and the forecast is also going to be so much better next week. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. But the rain and thunderstorms are out to the west. We have the thunderstorms down around southern Tulsa County. We have a new cell going up around Prague, just southern Lincoln County. Isolated cells that are trying to pop up around Lake Eufaula. And then that thunderstorm that was strong to severe around Claremore has weakened a lot. And then here's the heavy rain that's been over into northwest Arkansas. So this was a aerial flood advisory in here. And then we had a severe thunderstorm warning. So those guys have kind of got messed up with a lot of rain. And then you see that outflow boundary from our radar. So that is now pushed down to the south and the east. And then where John is located. Hey, John, just going to ask you one more time, one more quick update from southern Tulsa County, northern Okmulgee County. What do you have for us one more time before we leave?
Sure. Right now I'm in Hectorville, and still a lot of lightning associated with this. I don't know if you can see these bushes over here on the side of the road. Pretty gusty winds right through here, maybe about 25, maybe occasionally to 30 miles an hour whipping through this area. So a lot of rain, wind, and still yet quite a bit of lightning, Travis. Back to you.
Okay. And yeah, your video came up for just a minute and then it went back out. So we'll have to try again, see what's going on. You have good cell reception right now, and your GPS caught up with you. So I'm imagining it shouldn't be too bad. So you might try one more time on that. But this is the thunderstorms that have been down at McAllister. Here's the storms and the severe weather that's been in northwest Arkansas. So that has been active, and we're sitting right now at 7:49. And so the thunderstorms that blew up across northwest Arkansas, pretty impressive as far. So they are under severe thunderstorm warning. And then we've had just our isolated cells that you'll see the vertical development that has been in several areas. So we're still keeping an eye on that. Then there's a new cell that's gone up east of the Bixby cell too. So and then you can see what's happening down around McAllister with the heavy rain and thunderstorms. Let's come back in the metro if you could, and then let's go off to the east. There it is, right here. So this one is just south of Coweta. So Coweta should be cooling off right now. We showed them with a heat index of above 100, but that outflow boundaries come through you guys. So that is going to make a difference. And that's also down around Porter now. So that should help you guys. But this cell is starting to pick up a little bit of steam. So that's the only thing we want to do. And anything from Aaron or Stacia? You guys have anything to add at this particular moment? Nothing too exciting? Okay, we'd like to keep it that way. Finally, we get some rain, and then it has to go strong or severe. That's just the way Oklahoma is. But don't forget to join us at 9 o'clock. We'll have great updates. Wait till you hear the forecast. Stacia's working on that here in just a little bit. I'll be working on the 10 o'clock one as well. We're going to be looking at what we anticipate should be a break. Now, don't get excited because it's not fall yet, because there's still going to be some hot weather. But we need a break from what's gone on, what has happened today. What was the maximum heat index in Bristow, Aaron? Was that 118 today? Maximum heat index? Huh? 119 in Bristow today. That was the heat index. So it was awful. So we need a break, and we're starting to see a little bit of that happening right now. We'll continue to monitor what's going on, and we'll be either back here or on Channel 6 if anything gets carried away. Keep it here. We'll keep you advised.